Hello everyone, I'm your host, Boss Zombie. Welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online in High Isle. So we're done with the side quests. It's about time we do the main ones. And what did I say last time I looked? It was about 6. Figure 1 is the epilogue, so 5 really. Because the epilogue's usually just a recap of everyone you've helped and worked with and all that, and kind of a little bow on top of the present. Where does this guy live? Oh, he's like way out of town. Dude may as well be a hermit. He almost lives where the lighthouse is. Uh-oh. There are Ascendant boys here. You think he might be dead? Like, they either immediately turned on him or they found out that we found out about him and then they turned on him, or maybe they're just here to defend him.
It's a mess.
I imagine the Ascendant Order ruffians loitering outside had something to do with that. Let's look around. A few drops of dried blood. A scuffle, but not a murder.
A nice meal of crabs and clams. No veggies at all. Oh no, I guess the onions.
Someone planning to depart doesn't set a meal on the table.
Dockmaster Arnold, as per our arrangement, here's your payment for your continued assistance and discretion. It is imperative that you direct official attention away from salvage operations on High Isle until we have finished our work at the Shallows. You may find yourself tempted to look deeper into our business, or see whether you are willing to pay more for your silence. I must warn you that I strongly dislike renegotiating settled agreements after the fact. Stay away from the lock and content yourself with the handsome sum you have been paid, and all shall profit. The Ascendant Magus.
The Dockmaster, just as Captain Golly. I think I have a picture of what transpired here. Let's talk, my dear.
Man, the audio is so buggy in this. This man has a mounted crab? That's a new one. Oh, and a shark, but the shark makes more sense. Actually, this house is pretty nicely decorated, if you don't look at the floor. Fish! And fish. And fish.
Nothing packed, food left on the table, and signs of a recent scuffle. I think it's safe to say Dockmaster Arnold found that his Ascendant Order friends weren't entirely satisfied with their arrangement. They've obviously spirited him away.
Why would the Ascendant Order kidnap him?
The Dockmaster ignored the wishes of the Ascendant Magus. Captain Colleen saw Arnold collect another payment at the lock. I suspect he got greedy, and once he proved he wouldn't stay bribed, well, he became a liability.
Where do we go from here?
The Ascendant Order's throwing around a lot of coin on High Isle. If we follow the gold, we'll find someone with wealth and local influence behind this. Another clue that a High Isle noble is involved. Perhaps they want to keep the war going.
Why would anyone want that?
Profit, of course. That's what it always comes down to. Lord Baccaro should be able to tell us which nobles stand to lose if the war ends. Go to Steadfast Manor, northwest of the city. I'll have Jakarn look for the Dockmaster and then meet you there.
Do you think anyone else is secretly working for the Ascendant Order?
Almost certainly. As I said, we must be careful about whom we trust. It is a concern, but it can also work to our advantage. Gold only buys loyalty for so long, and I suspect our adversaries are not as organized as they appear.
Why do you say that?
We know their opening move didn't go as planned. They were interrogating the captains to try to find the missing Alliance leaders. Now they've taken the Dockmaster, who would have been more useful to them where he was. They don't trust each other.
You think Dockmaster Arnold knows where the Alliance leaders are?
I doubt it. If Dockmaster Arnold knew where the Alliance leaders were, he would have happily sold that information to the Ascendant Magus in exchange for his freedom. We know he didn't because the Order is still looking for them.
You'd think a group that claims to want to end the war would want the peace talks to proceed.
I suspect the Order wants power, not peace. When the throne is vacant, Your prospects of becoming emperor suddenly seem a good deal more promising. That sort of prize might tempt a noble with just the right mix of ambition, gold, and imagination.
And you think Lord Baccaro can point us at the most likely suspects?
Lord Baccaro worked diligently to bring the peace talks to High Isle. Not everyone thought that was a good idea. I'm curious as to who opposed him and why. Better yet, he won't voice suspicions without good cause. We can rely on his discretion.
There is no way that Baccaro is a bad guy, right? They wouldn't pull that twist again, let alone the third time in this DLC so far, right? There's no way. There better not be, or that would be really bad writing. Maybe not bad, just lazy. You know, there are... I get if you want to have a twist, but... I don't know. Pick a more interesting one, at least. Well, we know where the manor is, because we've been there very recently. It's so weird now. There's no NPCs, like, sitting here trying to prompt a quest from you. So, oh, it's so quiet. Actually, let me not pass. Sometimes if I pass on the road next to this place, the world boss somehow, like, detects me. It's a really weird bug. I guess it's not the world boss, it's one of his little minions, but, like, they come rushing out of the ruin, and it's annoying.
I want to help, Lady Arabelle, but I'm concerned for the safety of my retainers.
My associate might be able to help in that regard, Lord Baccaro.
Oh, actually, are things better for you?
Praise to the three. You brought back Rosalind. I don't know the details, and I'm not in the state to hear them. All I know is perhaps now I can rest, even if just for a few moments.
Boy, that man needs to take a nap. Like, one of those, like, 20-hour naps.
Very busy.
Lady Arabelle asks about the nobility, while 2 of my retainers are missing. The Society of the Steadfast will do whatever is necessary to keep its people safe. She mentioned the Ascendant Order might be involved. Do you think that's possible?
We know the Ascendant Order has been attacking people all across High Isle.
Yes, I understand that you and Lady Arabelle have tangled with these brigands before. They claim to be knights, but they have no honor. Will you do as Lady Arabelle suggested and look for my retainers? I would consider it. I sent Grenier and Denise to retrieve a shipment from the Navir docks, but I expected them back ages ago. They were traveling the road to the south. I just pray no evil befell them. The supplies we can lose, but good people are irreplaceable.
I'll look for them. I think I've seen a wreck on that road.
I'll confer with Lady Arabelle while we await your return. I'll tell her everything I know about the nobility of High Isle, if she really thinks that will help. I knew peace would be hard to achieve, but I never expected a war.
No one ever expects a war. It's the way of the worm. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, is this where I found those weird footprints that didn't seem to do anything? Or lead to anywhere? Oh, I'm going to be passing oh so close to at least 2 random event spawns. I may as well. Still haven't gotten that knight and his squire to spawn again. They showed up one time, and it wasn't even on this character. I have not seen them since. Let's see, so this place has a spawn that can happen here.
Were they all fakes?
Ah, I'm not gonna.
I spent hundreds on your wares. Hundreds!
I never sold anything to you, I promise.
Yeah, it's the merchant getting what may be coming to him.
Sounds.
Oh, and you.
Footsteps. Wind blowing past.
Wow, his voice really carries. Well, that's Grenier, I guess. Ambush. Knights in unmarked livery. Livery? No house emblems. They were waiting for us. Two tried to fight, but there were too many. Denise got away. She ran south, but two of those murderers chased after her. The rest looted our wagon. Don't understand. Lord Barkar was sure the road to Castle Navir was safe. Can't hang on much longer. Tell my... Tell us what? Oh yeah, look, here's the footprints. Oh, so that's why. Why are they painted gold, though? This person... Did they, like, run through gold paint? Or is it purely just so you can see it easier? So... At least now I know this wasn't for nothing. Oh. Really? Last time we were here, we were rescuing a sheep. From the crab people. Oh. A part of the cave I've never been to, because there's literally no objective there. And wouldn't you know, someone was kind enough to clear a path for me. A lot of dead wildlife over here. Ah. Wait. How is everyone involved here dead? Knight Richel? Knight Richel? Tomorrow morning, a wagon escorted by two Society of the Steadfast retainers will travel to Steadfast Manor from the docks at Castle Navir. Take your knights and set up an ambush along the road. You are to kill the two retainers, a man named Grenier and a woman named Denise. They've seen things they should not have seen and must be eliminated. Confiscate the wagons loaded for use by the Order. Any other spoils are yours to keep. But remember, the retainers are your mission, not the supplies. There are several good spots to conceal your knights between Castle Navir and Steadfast Manor. I'm sure you will pick a suitable site. The plot thickens. Seen something they should not have seen, huh? Wonder what that could be. Is it really? It's surely. You know what? If they pull a twist that they red herring you, they make you think it's Bacaro and then it's not. That I would like. But please don't just be Bacaro and. Oh, I was wondering what that noise was. Someone's mining a platinum or rubidite or whatever. You know, what is this little... Oh, this is where this guy lives. I was going to say, what is this strange farmstead? Do you live here with... It's quite a sinkhole.
Oh, it's so good to see you again. Privet and I were just talking about how you heroically saved her. She seems mostly recovered. We hope the Hadalids got the message not to steal friends.
What is it about this island that makes people seemingly go crazy? Like, that man's not living in a house anymore. He's just... It's a weird... I don't even know what you would call it. Just a skeleton of a house? They're meeting here? What's going on? Okay. I love to check under bridges. You never know what you're going to find. Although there is one place here, I think, with a troll under the bridge, if I'm thinking of the right thing.
I suppose I could use another.
Oh. Is this a different part of the manor? Oh, it is. Neat. Any cool things in the... Oh. Interesting. It's like a little private study. Or an office.
You return alone. I take it the news is not good. Grenier and Denise were not just retainers. They were friends. The Steadfast shall miss them, and so shall I. Please, tell me what happened.
Your retainers were killed. I found these orders from the Ascendant Magus.
Grenier and Denise were helping arrange a banquet at Castle Nevere. Then they were to collect the supplies and return here. What could they have seen that would cost them their lives? The banquet is just to welcome our royal guests to the island.
Grenier wrote this note before he died. He tried to fight back.
The Ascendant Order, plundering Steadfast supplies and killing our retainers. Damn. It was brave of Grenier to try to fight back, but foolish. The supplies weren't worth their lives.
We suspect a wealthy noble may be funding the Ascendant Order.
So Lady Arabelle informed me. I hesitate to accuse anyone, but perhaps you should join me at Castle Nevere. All the nobles of High Isle will be there, and if my retainers did see something at the castle, perhaps you can determine what that was.
All right, I'll meet you there.
Duchess Elea of House Dufort is hosting the banquet. She's decided to go ahead and throw the party, even though our guests of honor are still missing. Go to Castle Nevere's courtyard. Introduce yourself when you arrive. Be discreet, please.
Why hold the banquet without the guests of honor?
Duchess Elea wants to project confidence, especially in light of the current situation. Rumors travel swiftly in the archipelago. The people need to believe we have things under control. I expected to pay a ransom and have the delegates back by now.
Lady Arabelle mentioned that some of the nobles oppose the peace talks.
Ridiculous. No one opposes peace. It's just that some of the nobles questioned if this were the right time and place. Duchess Elea, for example, didn't want to bring the mainland's troubles to High Isle. Not without hope our efforts would bear fruit.
Did anyone else feel that way?
Count Leonard of House Mornard enjoys brisk profits by supplying all sides in the war. He doesn't want that to end too abruptly, especially not in a way that makes Elea and House Dufort look good. He detests that she decided to host the talks.
It sounds like House Dufort and House Mornard are rivals. Ooh, that's not even the half of it.
Rivals and partners. House Mornard built its wealth on trade. They rely on House Dufort ships to carry their goods. But the two families have long vied with each other for primacy. The Mornards resent the fact that the Duforts rule High Isle.
Tell me more about the Tell me more about the Society of the Steadfast.
My family has always believed that wealth is meant to foster good works. When the three alliances went to war, I made the decision to do whatever I could to help common folk caught in their violent wake. So I started the Society of the Steadfast.
What does the society do exactly?
We're not a religious organization per se, but we do take inspiration from the teachings of Standar. We establish healing centers and other works to show compassion and mercy to those touched by this terrible war. Soldiers and commoners both.
And you do that here on High Isle?
We're a small society that mostly works near the battlefields of Cyrodiil. I did turn a portion of my estate on High Isle into a healing center. We bring the badly wounded here to recuperate. The peace talks naturally grew out of our other efforts.
I see. Lady?
It's a shame the Ascendant Order got to Lord Baccaro's retainers before you could. What could they have seen that warranted their deaths? Perhaps we'll learn more at Castle Nevere, although I'm certainly not in the mood for a party.
Lord Baccaro said nobles will be in attendance.
And our missing guests of honor will no doubt be the main topic of discussion. This is a chance to listen, as well as ask questions. Make sure you speak to Elea Dufort, Demard Dufort, and John Menard. They'll be the most important nobles present.
Do you suspect them?
Until we know more, I suspect everybody. But if any of the nobles are funding the Ascendant Order, I think it likely that it's one of the grand families of High Isle. That means House Dufort or House Menard. Either way, we'll know more soon.
Who are the three you asked me to look at?
Elea is the Duchess of House Dufort, and nominal ruler of High Isle. Demard is her brother and a count. John Menard is the highest-ranking noble of House Menard, currently on High Isle. He's Count Leonard's cousin, representing house interests here.
Yeah, because don't the Menards basically operate out of Aminos, not specifically High Isle? So I guess from everything I've seen, Dufort's colors are that like silver and blue, or maybe just blue, and Menard seems to be black and yellow, or possibly just yellow, or I don't know. It has been a long time since I've been to this castle, and I didn't explore other parts of it. We've only been in the Knight's Wings, not the proper. Why is it a ruin? That was weird. That wasn't the right load screen, I would say.
Might as well enjoy ourselves while we're here.
Oh.
Do you still prefer a Russafeld Red, my lady?
That would be delightful. Thank you, Bacaro. Introduce yourself to the nobility, my friend. And remember, even the smallest detail could be the clue we seek.
I see. Ooh, juggler. Okay, so he's green, so maybe Dufort's colors are green?
Such a waste. I have little patience for the vanity of our noble houses on the best of days. Right now, I'm sure we all have better things we could be doing. I suspect you agree. You're the one assisting Lord Bacaro and Lady Arabelle, aren't you?
Look at you, Mr. Well-Informed.
I try to keep up on matters of state, but I confess, Alea told us all about you. I am Count de Mard, the Duchess's brother and court mage of House Dufort. Tell me, has your investigation uncovered news regarding a sudden storm that appeared recently?
Court mage? And a brother and a sister. And the brother is the second to the sister. And he's a mage. So, would they do a reveal like that so quickly and heavy-handedly? Yeah, we think it might have caused a delicate ship to crash.
A hypothesis that matches my own. While my sister chases bandit knights across the countryside, I wonder about the druids who make the wild parts of High Isle their home. They have little love for civilized culture. They could be responsible.
What do the druids have to do with the storm?
I don't think that storm was natural. The druids wield old magics and consort with spirits. It is well within their abilities to summon such a tempest. They mostly keep to themselves, but I suspect a ruse. Those are your culprits, mark my words.
You said you're the court mage?
Magic is the legacy and heritage of the Breton people. Oh, I spent my time mastering the sword and knightly pursuits in my youth, but I believe that a true Breton must study both halves of our nature, and perhaps the ways of the druids, too.
What do you mean both halves? Oh, let's go into the I guess the legacy? Not legacy, it was history of the Bretons?
We Bretons trace our ancestry to Needs and Elves who intermingled during the early history of High Rock. Therefore, spellcraft is in our blood, and we all at least have some talent with magic. I find the subject fascinating and decided to embrace it.
Yeah, Bretons are basically... It's weird because you have two types of half-elves in Elder Scrolls, at least the way I understand it. Basically, Bretons are humans with elven qualities, and the Bosmer, the Wood Elves, are elves with men qualities. Do all Breton noble houses have a court mage?
No. Some have forgotten our traditions. Were it not for my talent, I doubt my sister would bother with a court mage. She sends me to look after Dufort interests in ports across Tamriel, rather than making full use of my arcane skills. A pity.
Interesting. Well, at least we're meeting the cast and the characters. Man, they like their crabs here, huh? That's not fish. You can't lie to me. Wow. Why is the silverware here so gigantic? Look at these cups. That's a little... It seems like they didn't quite get the scaling right. Hello, Bernard. You're probably a good guy, I bet.
I don't believe we've met. John Mornard. A pleasure. My family is in shipping. We import goods from the mainland and send wares from the archipelago to markets in Tamriel. You're the investigator working with Lady Arabelle, aren't you?
Yep.
The Duchess explained everything to the court just before you arrived. If Lady Arabelle had consulted us, things would be different. We know what hazards await careless captains making the approach to High Isle. Her ships were simply unprepared.
Hazardous seas didn't wreck those ships. The Ascendant Order did.
Don't tell me you buy into this Ascendant Order nonsense. A shadowy order of knights working to undermine the governments all across Tamriel? It's a ruse, my friend. A convenient fiction to protect the flawless name of House Dufort. Oh.
Okay, I'm convinced this guy's a good guy. He's just an idiot. Or a windbag, or both. You don't seem to think very highly of House Dufort.
Alea gained her station by currying favor in High Rock. Then she made a show of backing Lord Baccaro's steadfast society. But ruining the peace talks and getting heads of state killed? Blame must be placed. And she'd never fall on that sword herself.
Why are House Bernard and House Dufort at odds?
My family ruled the archipelago for generations, but the Duforts were never happy in our shadow. They spent years poisoning the court against us. And when my uncle Avreep quietly supported King Rancer a few years back, it paid off for them.
Quietly supported King Rancer. That was a whole civil war. What a mess. What do you mean?
The High King stripped my uncle of the ducal title and gave it to the Duforts. It was an outrage, really. We took no part in Rancer's war. Well, at least the Duforts didn't get everything they wanted. We kept most of our holdings, and it eats at them.
Are you in charge of House Bernard?
Goodness, no. That honor falls to my cousin Leonard, and he can have it. I wouldn't want the responsibility. No, I'm content managing our affairs here on High Isle. I leave the larger concerns of the business and house to my cousin, the Count.
Interesting. Yeah, so I think he's just an idiot. Look at all this.
Lord Baccaro has arrived, Duchess. He brought that Lady Arabelle with him.
Who's speaking? Was that you? Oh my god, it's a cornucopia. Almost. It's not quite right, but... I mean, I guess it's the basket part that's not quite right, but... Actually, does a cornucopia have to have the swirly basket? Alright, well you're blue, so that makes me think that... I don't know. Maybe there is no set color for them.
Welcome to Castle Navir.
Wow, she's very, nasally spoken.
Welcome to Castle Navir. You're Lady Arabelle's assistant, yes? Then you know these festivities are only for appearances' sake. Our guests of honor have yet to be found. Rest assured, I intend to bring the radicals behind this plot to justice.
You're aware of the Ascendant Order?
I'm aware of most things that happen on my isle. It's true we didn't connect reports of mysterious knights to the Ascendant Order until recently, but now that we know they are one and the same, we'll quickly bring them to heel.
Is there anything you can tell me that might help us find the Alliance leaders?
I suggest that you and Lady Arabelle leave this matter in our hands. My knights have already pinpointed several sites where the Ascendant Order gathers. They are scouring High Isle for our missing guests even as we speak.
We have reason to believe a High Isle noble may be funding the Ascendant Order.
Which is why I prefer to handle this discreetly. I suspect House Mornard is behind this. They profit greatly from the war, and they still hold a grudge against my house for overshadowing their own. Frankly, I put nothing past them.
Tell me more about House Bernard.
One should be careful when talking about one's neighbors. Still, Count Mornard's dislike of my family is well known. Years ago, his father backed King Roncer of Shornhelm in his dispute with High King Emmerich. Emmerich did not forget it.
What did he do?
He punished Avreep Mornard by stripping him of his ducal title and granting it to my father instead. The Mornards remain counts, with holdings and estates throughout the Isles. But the Duforts are now the Dukes of the Sisters.
Tell me more about House Dufort.
My family builds ships. Our shipyards construct the finest vessels to ply the western seas. In reward for our service, High King Emmerich granted us the Duchy of Sisters. We rule with care and compassion for all, even the Mornards.
Alright, she's stuffy, but I don't get bad guy vibes from her. So maybe it's just the little brother, the mage, is up to something, and who knows who he's working with. Wow, I almost didn't recognize him.
Didn't think I'd miss this little soiree, did you? Listen, I have it on good authority from a very accommodating chambermaid, in fact, that the Duchess has been looking into the Ascendant Order on her own. Well, I've got a plan.
What kind of plan?
Not Jakarn, waiter Fred. I'm in disguise. I told you about the chambermaid, right? She's one of the Duchess's personal assistants. Well, she told me where the Duchess keeps her sensitive documents, among other unmentionable items.
The Duchess told me about her investigation. What's your plan?
Nobles and the upper staff never pay attention to the common help. I easily filched a key from that stuck-up steward Hercian. While I cause a distraction, you go take a look. Duchess Alea has a private study somewhere beyond the northeast door.
What sort of distraction?
I'll lure the guards away from the doors, but I'll need your help. Talk to one of the musicians and ask them to play the tune Stagger and Sway. It's an old favorite of mine.
Stagger
I'll take care of the
Sway.
rest.
Interesting. Look at this gentleman. Nice hair. Adistair Varain. Wait, Varain?
Something you need, friend?
I want to request the song Stagger and Sway.
I don't really take requests. Duchess Alea provided a list of approved songs she wanted performed. That one definitely isn't one of them. Not that she would notice. I don't think anyone is really listening to the music.
Will this buy me a song?
It's good to see that someone appreciates the arts. All right then, you'll have your song.
Thank you. I like that he played that off as I didn't bribe him.
I dedicate this song and dance to the most buxom, curvaceous, voluptuous of all royals, Duchess Alea.
Oh my god.
Get down from there at once. Stop this nonsense.
Alright, well. Jakarn is good at what he does, I guess. Look at this place. Do I need to be stealthy? No, because I don't have a... Yeah, no, I don't have a detection thing, so... Oh. Navir Chaperone. Navir Escort? Why are they bad? Wait, why are they bad? I get that I'm trespassing, but... That's strange. Listen to this upbeat music. Steward Hercian's map. Okay, those are, I guess, places where the Ascendant Order is. Curious, the Sisters Guard report that routine banditry across High Isle seems to be declining. They believe that some new bandit chieftain is recruiting followers from the island's outlaws. I directed Steward Hercian to look into it. Banditry across High Isle has resumed at a completely intolerable level. These outlaws are now better organized and more well armed than ever. Hercian reports that the peasants are all telling tales about Knights of the People, who call themselves the Ascendant Order. Rebels and scofflaws, I say? If these Ascendant Order brigands threaten the House to Fort profits, I will have to take action. Steward Hercian has compiled our informant's reports into a map of Ascendant Order activity. He plans to personally investigate each one. These Ascendant Order Knights are more ambitious than I thought. Someone conjured a great storm off the northeastern coast of High Isle. They wrecked the ships carrying High King Emmerich, Queen Irene, and Yorin the Skull King's son to Lord Bakaro's peace conference. The most powerful monarchs in Tamriel may have drowned off our coast. This is why I wanted Hercian's spies to keep an eye on this group. A surprise of this magnitude is completely unacceptable. If we had only known about this threat, we could have done something, or at the very least positioned ourselves to take advantage of the developments. Oh shit. That was quite a boom.
goodness. Tamriel's salvation begins today. Join us, or be swept aside.
Huh.
Storm and fire will bring down the old regime. Lightning and lava will herald in a new age.
These all sound very much like Mehrunes Dagon's MO. Oh.
This was a warning. No one is beyond our reach. Stand aside and you will find a place in the new regime. Stand against us, and you will be brought to your knees.
Is that the little brother? I can't tell with the voice, but it might be.
Oh good, you're all right. It seems our adversaries decided to send a message to all those in attendance. Submit or die. A classic. Did you uncover anything useful before the Ascendant Magus made his entrance?
Duchess Alea has been investigating the Ascendant Order. I have her notes.
I see. Clearly Duchess Alea's investigation hasn't gotten very far. Perhaps we can make better use of the leads she's been developing. But we have little time to waste. The Ascendant Magus demonstrated real power.
What do you mean?
Did you notice how the ground shook when he unleashed his storm? That's not a magic I've seen before. Somehow his storm magic is causing earthquakes. At least he hasn't recovered the Alliance leaders yet. We still have time.
How do you know they don't have the Alliance leaders?
Because the Ascendant Magus has made a show of wanting us to fear him. Why would he care if he had what he wanted and couldn't be stopped? No. The royals elude him, somehow. But his magic... I wonder...
Wonder what?
Among the other problems plaguing High Isle, lava vents have begun to open in random locations. Between the ground shaking and the storms, could the Magus have stirred the volcano? Let's return to my manor so we can study these items more closely. Lord Bacaro, it may not be safe to return to Steadfast Manor.
Nonsense. I refuse to hide from these cretins. I'll double my guard, but they won't drive me from my home.
Very well. I'll check in with you later. Jakan, let's go. And put on a shirt, my dear.
Okay. So what happened to all the guests? I mean, a lot of the guards are dead, but... What is this load time? Hello? Wow. That usually only happens when there's been a problem with maintenance. It's been a long time since the PS5 load time that length. Although I guess a lot of the times with like storyline quest zones or quest areas, I'm gonna check here real quick. It has to load a totally separate like setting in a sense. Really, nothing has spawned here? What over here?
That light. It really was a
Man, this Zenithar thing needs to be over. I'm tired. I'm very tired of it. On paper, it seemed like an interesting event, but having opened like over 300 of those little parcel things, I'm not really impressed with the rewards. I learned a couple food recipes I didn't know before, but they weren't even remarkable. I don't know. I guess I got like 30,000 Telvar. No, more like 25,000. So.
The Colossus!
Oh. Oh dear.
These tremors grow more powerful. I heard that volcanic fissures are bursting open across the Isles.
You think they can fix that?
First the storm, now this? It must be the work of the Ascendant Order.
You give them too much credit. An earthquake destroyed the Gonfalon Colossus.
Yes, an Ascendant earthquake. Trust Zaji, he knows.
He's right, you should listen to Zaji. He has good insight on these things somehow.
I have visited High Isle several times over the years. Never have I seen the ground so restless. It is alarming. Could Zaji be right? Could the Ascendant Order be causing these tremors and eruptions?
The Ascendant Magus said the old regimes will be swept away in storm and fire.
Storm and fire. I am troubled. If the Ascendant Magus can use powerful storm magic against his enemies, does he also command the tremors and volcanic fissures? It is maddening to even contemplate.
Lady Arabelle suspects a link between the storms and the volcanic activity.
Oh, Zaji is right to worry then. The loss of a monument might be the least of our concerns if the Ascendant Order can rouse the volcano. Lady Arabelle is inside, friend. Perhaps she'll know what to do.
Man, volcanoes really are a problem in the Elder Scrolls universe. Like, there's so few of them, but they tend to really be in bad places. Glenumbra? What am I looking? Yeah, there's a Glenumbra. Look at this tiny little Hajmoda head. That's weird because those types of Hajmoda aren't even native to this island. You have the coral ones.
Was it too much to hope that one of High Isle's nobles would openly admit their guilt? Ah, well. At least we can rule out Duchess Alea. Her notes make it clear she was caught off guard by the attack on the delegates' ships. And this map. Interesting.
What about the map?
If this map really points to sites important to the Ascendant Order, then it's our best lead so far. Here, my dear, take this with my thanks. With your continued help, we'll find the royals and discover who's behind the Order before long. We must. The map you acquired provides a number of leads that might help us find High King Emmerich, Queen Irene, and Prince Ernskar. As the line from the Investigator Veil books reads, there's always another mystery. Let's get to it, my dear.
Do you recognize any of the locations?
One is clearly the Dufort shipyards, where the house constructs new vessels. Another is near Stonelaw Grove, home to a circle of friendly druids. The third appears to be a cave near Tor Drayak. A strange set of disparate locations indeed.
Where should we start?
I'll leave that to you. Investigate all three and report back here. I'll send Jakan to the docks, Captain Colleen to the cave, and Valesia to the grove. Rendezvous with them at each location and see what you can uncover about our rogue knights.
I'll return after we've searched all three locations.
We don't know what the Ascendant Order is doing out there, but hopefully something at one of those locations will lead us to our missing royals. But do be careful. I'd hate to see such a capable agent get hurt while assisting me.
Did you see what happened to the Colossus of Gonfalon?
I did. I arrived just in time to see part of it collapse. As much as it saddens me to see the proud Baron Admiral fall, we have more pressing problems to deal with. I'll mourn the Colossus of Gonfalon Bay after the Alliance leaders are safe.
Let's discuss what we know so far.
A review of the evidence. Excellent idea. Lord Bacaro is sponsoring peace talks here on High Isle. But the ships carrying High King Emmerich, Queen Irene, and Prince Ernskar never arrived. We suspect the Ascendant Order is somehow responsible.
Right, the captain said a storm wrecked their ships. We know the Ascendant Magus uses storm magic.
An excellent deduction. They also noticed that the Ascendant Magus and Lord spoke with the accents of Breton nobility. We believe a High Isle noble is funding this band of rogue knights. Then you recovered this map from Castle Nevere.
I remember. It lists sites that Duchess Alea believes are somehow important to the Ascendant Order.
Precisely. Since we also know that the Ascendant Order is still looking for the missing royals, we'll use them to point us in the right direction. Investigate the 3 sites on the map and learn everything you can, my dear. Leave no stone unturned.
Okay. Stonelore's Legend face paint. Instead of looking to recreate the mountains or symmetry of stone, Stonelore druids developed a pattern of looping scrolls and harsh line breaks. They painted in charcoal and ash around one eye to represent the ever-watchful gaze of Y'ffre. Okay then. So we're going there, and there, and there. I guess we'll go to the... Well, we'll do it in the next episode either way, so... Thanks for joining me. come back. I'll have the next stuff up real soon. But until then, bye.